The Triple B Podcast would like to invite you to come break bread with your brothers. If you like what you're hearing on the show, if you think we missed the mark, or if we got it all wrong, reach out to us on social media. We can be reached on Twitter at triple_B_pod or search Brothers Breaking Bread Podcast. We are the Brothers Breaking Bread on Facebook, and our email is brothersbreakingbreadpod@gmail.com. Further descriptions are in the show notes. Like, follow, friend, do all that good stuff, and please never forget to break bread with your brothers.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Brothers Breaking Bread Podcast in the house. Hey.
We're having a little pop-up. It'll be good.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's not just talk about it.
This is a beautiful thing, man. It's all this blackness, and we all just getting together, we playing dominoes, we eating, we drinking.
And, food is always just the extra, man.
They deprive these people of their basic human rights, and we call ourselves Americans. We're supposed to be above all this.
They'll fake the crisis. They'll make it seem way out of proportion.
We brothers, we breaking bread.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Trying to hold it all together, man. Life is moving fast right now, man. So it's good to have everybody come through.
I love that, man. I love it a lot. More than I could say to you guys.
Georgia, oh Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Hey, hey, yeah. Georgia, oh Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Brothers Breaking Bread, Triple B in the house. We are fucking above capacity. The fire department then came in this motherfucker and said it is too many sons of bitches on this boat. But we gonna
boat gonna sink.
Fuck it. We under the water with this podcast, but it's all good, man. We got 10 meters, half of the brothers, Doom, Joe, Jeff, the Soldier, Zed, Gator back, and we got some new people, Shahzad and motherfucking Ruben in the house. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
What's going on, y'all?
Hello, guys.
Yeah. So how we do around here?
I mean, something must have happened. I don't know what's going on. That everybody want to jump on today.
I don't know. Shit. I mean, the Chiefs play Sunday. Shit. Okay. I don't know. I don't know, man.
The Chiefs.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Saints play Sunday too.
What?
I don't think it's that.
I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know what's going on.
Cowboys play Sunday. I don't know. Shit.
They're taking 2020 off.
Apparently.
So
it's been pretty uneventful on my end.
Pretty uneventful. So for people out there, if you don't know what's happening, there is a presidential election in our midst. States are being battled for. Fat Nixon don't know if he want niggas to count votes, not count votes, mail-in votes, sweep up the votes. He don't know what the fuck's going on. But we got the crew together, and we're gonna talk about some things and sort this out for you this evening. How we do around here? Everybody know how we do. We do our check-in, and then we get to business. Guest first. So what's going on? Actually, since Ruben got on here last, what's going on with you, Ruben? How you living, man?
How y'all doing? Down here in South Texas, right on the border with Mexico. Born and raised. Shout out to Eagle Pass. Shout out to my boss and law partner, Eddie Morales, for winning the Texas House of Representatives District 74 race this week.
That's awesome.
Hotly contested, and he was part of that blue wave we were hoping for down here in Texas, but never really material. We were hoping to flip the state house down here in Texas, and we just couldn't pull it off. But like I say, my friend in law part managed to get himself elected to the Texas House of Representatives. So, sorry we couldn't come through in the general, but we did what we could.
Hey, we appreciate it.
So I got a question about that. So, okay, in the state house, they're obviously not going to make a whole lot of money. They make, barely above minimum wage, don't they?
Oh, yeah. It's not a lot.
So how does that affect his practice? How's he going to balance, the private work with the public work?
I mean, he's, we're looking at him being gone right now from our legislative session here goes once every 2 years. So we're looking at him being gone right now from January through May of next year. And the way that works is that's on me a little bit down here now to pick up that slack and keep the momentum going down here in Eagle Pass, which is a town. We live in a little town right there on the border with, I can see Mexico from my law office. But we're a satellite office from a bigger law firm. We've got about 71, 72 attorneys. Shout out to Langley and Benek, Inc., down here in South Central Texas. But he's pretty much going to be focused on his legislative duties for 6 months coming up next year. So the rest of us are just trying to pick up the slack and service our clients the best we can.
I thought I was talking to Sarah Palin for a second there. I could see Russia from
look across the side.
I'm sure she could, but it's not like that because that where I'm looking at is where I came from. So my ancestors literally came from over that Rio Grande. So
nice.
That's what's up.
Well, welcome, man. Welcome. Glad to have you.
Thank you, fellas.
Yes. Moving on, Shahzad, how you doing, man? Tell the people about yourself. How you living?
Good. Shahzad from Missouri, born in Pakistan. Lived my life in Missouri, then New York, now in Texas, North Houston area.
You didn't live in New York. You lived in New Jersey. Stop running.
No, New York.
I know you lived on both sides. I just know when I visited, you were in New Jersey.
No, when you visited the second time, I was in New York.
I know it.
13 in New York, 2 in Jersey. But anyway, yeah. No, Joe, Ruben, Gator from Mizzou.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers?
Yeah.
All right, hey, man. Welcome, man.
Die-hard Cardinals fan and Missouri basketball fan and football.
There we go.
Basketball.
There we go. Unlike those KU fans who don't even rep their fucking football team, but that's what it is.
That's KU.
Can you blame me?
I don't blame him.
Right, exactly.
Hey, what's going on, Gator? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing all right. Up here in Chicago, chilling, enjoying this fall weather before it really gets cold.
Hey, you sound like are you under like some kind of investigation? You sound robotic in a motherfucker.
Say what?
Your voice came in like real robotic at first.
No.
Yeah, nigga, you still got that fucked up mic from the last time.
I ain't know if you was kind of some sort of investigation.
Right, he got the feds tapping his line.
Oh shit.
We about to get got more Lightfoot on my ass.
Yeah, hey, she get you. She gonna get you. Wow, but good.
Right now.
What'd you say?
She probably knocking on the door right now.
Nah, yeah, she kicking on the door with them big rubber shoes she got. Be careful.
Yeah, she's only like 4'10", so I don't know how big those shoes actually are.
They look big in a motherfucker. She got them dishwasher shoes, nigga. Anyway. Hey, man, welcome back, man. Always a pleasure to have you on. What's going on, Zeb? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm just chilling. Happy to be back on the airwaves.
Yes, sir.
And happy to be breaking bread with the brothers, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Getting reacclimated with the dad job. You know what I mean? So, or having a newborn.
Yep.
Part of the dad job. You know what I mean? So, just really been focusing in on that, man, and watching this
this wheel turn with this election, you know.
Right. How is the baby doing, man?
He's doing good, man. He's doing good. You know, growing, staying awake more often now.
Yep.
You know, cried a little bit more, wanting to eat more, you know, being hungry. So my girl, she been wore out, you know what I mean, because she breastfeeding, so she can't get a solid 8 in, you know.
I feel it.
So.
I feel it.
But everything's
Congrats
good, man. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's happy. You know what I mean? So it's all to the good.
All right.
It's all good, man. It's good.
Well, thanks for taking out some time to join us. We appreciate it, man. What's going on, 10?
Nothing much, man. I'm just sitting here in the old bayou down here in the New Orleans area. Just chilling. Had an interesting week this week with the cases going on at work. Other than that, not much. Decided to come here, break bread with my brothers, and things like that to get my mental capacity or stability back in order. You know.
You buying any grapes this week?
No, not this week. I ain't buying any grapes. Fucker.
Damn. The hostility, sir.
No. Hey, did we skip Gator? Because, I mean, I thought we went from Shahzad and straight up.
This nigga over here drinking his Gator.
Nigga,
he's drinking them grapes, nigga. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm drinking grapes this week.
Put them Zimas down, nigga.
I'm on wine today. This is just little red wine.
You on night train? You drinking night train?
Just little?
Yeah, just a little.
Drinking that Ripple.
I'm about to say Ripple. Oh shit! This motherfucker shooting McCormick whiskey and fucking motherfucking Mad Dog 2020. What you say?
I said it tastes like Manischewitz.
Okay, I don't. Yeah, that's fine. This make Gator spoke before you. That's the part.
Okay. Just making sure.
All right. If you feel sleepy, just push the microwave. We don't need Joe trying to edit out your ass snoring.
We got jokes on me, man. See, every fucking week.
It's all love. Wait a minute. We got jokes for everybody. Come on now. We fuck with everybody. Don't even be like that. Don't do that.
Nah, 10 meters be getting killed.
Come on. But
thank you, Joe. Thank you.
But you told the Grammy. You told that old coupon book cutting story last week. Come on, bro. We had to flame you up.
Nigga, buy the fucking grapes. What we doing?
There you go.
All right. My bad. I send digital hugs to you, bro. It's all peace. Man. It's all love.
Of course. But hey, like I said, ain't much going on over here. Just same old.
All right. Well, we are glad you were here. Enjoy your beverage. And get ready to talk about these things. What's going on, Joe?
Oh man, doing it. Another week of work. Well, I think in the pregame I started to talk about Jason who did our cover arts for the podcast. He blessed us with the updated version that we've made our cover art for the Facebook and Twitter pages where our the brothers who are breaking bread on the cover art are now being socially responsible and wearing face masks. So we appreciate Jason for that. He's been on it, man. I told people a while back, and I've got a link to it in the show notes for this, but I had put together a project. I'd finished it, some music during the pandemic. And so Jason and I were talking about him getting a cover art for me on that. And at one point, we decided that this was going to be my Illmatic. So we called it, we were joking around and called it Coronamatic.
Shit, man.
Yes, Ghostface gonna be mad at me because I bit Nas shit. You know what I'm saying? So
you died blue, died green, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Jason went back and did some art for that too. He was just feeling it this week, I guess. You know what I'm saying? He knocked out some projects that I've been waiting on for a while.
And so basically, we found an old picture of me that my cousins had put up on Facebook where I was probably like 2 or maybe younger, and I had the afro and everything. So that's going on. And you know what I'm saying? He put 18th and Vine in the background, and basically recreated the Illmatic cover art with me on the cover, Coronamatic. And so a lot of stuff on there. I mean, it's a project I've been working on for about a year and a half. Finish it up. You know, I like Nas. I don't have much in the way of guest appearances on there. The only real guest appearances I have are my kids and my parents.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Family man.
I was gonna put Zeb on the song, but you know he'd be flaking. So
he
Come on, man. I don't remember getting no invite, bro. I mean,
nigga, you full of that bullshit. You know I sent you the song. Don't act like that.
Zeb said
I'm gonna say that one. I'm gonna say that one for later on, man. When I
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was thinking about it like a few nights ago, and I was like, damn, I was tripping, man. You know what I mean?
Man.
But
so
I got you.
Like I said, I'm gonna keep it, and we'll do something else. We'll do that one, but I'll do another project, or we'll do another project, or whatever we got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Word, yeah, we get it.
But like I said, so like Nas, this is relatively short. I feel like it was, you know, I put some thought into it. You guys, I mean, I've already put several of the songs up on the podcast at points here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the only guest appearance I have are my kids and my parents. You know what I'm saying? And so there's that. You know what I mean? So
good shit.
And it's fire.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah. What's up, Roger? What you got going on?
Oh, nothing, man. Drinking, eating, working, taking care of these kids. You know, like I normally do. As we do around here, try to beat the stereotype of deadbeat black daddies, one kid at a time. That's all I gotta say. Let's keep it moving, man. We're here to talk about these politics. We got some sound bites for you. Let's go.
Your congresswoman elect loves you. And I need you to get that. Because if I love you, I care that you eat. If I love you, I care that you have shelter and adequate, safe housing. If I love you, I care that you have clean water and clean air and you have a livable wage. If I love you, I care that the police don't murder you. If I love you, I care that you make it home safely. If I love you, I care that you are able to have a dignity and have a quality of life the same as the next person, the same as those that don't look like you, that didn't grow up the same way you did, those that don't have the same socioeconomic status as you. I care. As the first black woman and also the first nurse and single mother to have the honor to represent Missouri in the United States Congress. Let me say this. We the people have committed to a vision of America that works for all of us. An America that treats every single person with respect, that recognizes healthcare as a human right, that believes every person deserves food to eat, a home to live in, and a dignified life. Our America, not Trump's America, our America will be led not by the small-mindedness of a powerful few, but the imagination of a mass movement that includes all of us.
All of us.
Word.
And then if you don't know that's Cori Bush. Cori Bush. We say
I'm excited to have her on board in the United States Congress. I mean, I think that's monumental. I think that's breaking ground right there.
Yeah, just to piggyback on that, man. Shout out to her for being not only among one of the first African American, but also one of the first nurses.
Shout out to my nurses.
Someone who represents healthcare in Congress.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. How you guys might have a connection to that. Yeah, that's what's up.
For sure.
Yeah, she's gonna take the place
of
Congress.
What'd you say, Gator?
She's gonna take the place of the other nurse in Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
we gonna have to get you a mic for Christmas, nigga.
Yeah, dog. I thought it was just me. I'm checking my headphones. I'm like, damn.
Can you hear me now?
That's much better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Gator got some dirt on Jeffrey Epstein or whatever, man, but he got the.
I know.
You got that secret agent mic going on over there.
But repeat what you said, Gator, for real. My bad.
She's going to. So the other nurse in Congress is this chick from up here in Illinois, and she also did an upset 2 years ago.
Okay.
So when she's going through re-election, and she's about to lose a seat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean. She's about to replace the other nurse that's in Congress.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, to be real clear, she's going to replace an icon in St. Louis politics. I don't know his name specifically. I do know that Lacey Clay. I do know that Clay and his father, as a tandem, served in Congress for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
And so she out-primaried, the incumbent who was a giant in politics. So, I mean, it reminds me a lot of AOC. It reminds me a lot of AOC.
Just about to say the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before, and I see we got that pulled up, but before we jump into that, I want to share personal on that today. So I was showing that video to my class today, and so I was really touched because one of the I said, so I played the video. I said, hey, so what do you think about it in class? You know what I'm saying? And one of the young ladies said probably the most, one of the deepest things I've heard this school year. She said, that woman reminds me of me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so powerful right there, man.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got to see these things in order to be able to achieve them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember being at the inauguration in 2009 and crying because I was like, I never thought I would see a black president. You know what I'm saying? Not in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So when Barack got there, you know what I'm saying, that was something that, we hadn't seen before. For her to see somebody who is, a single mom, couldn't help.
Yeah.
Joe, you there?
Yeah.
I think we lost.
We may have lost.
So we lost Joe, yeah. But yeah, kudos.
He's definitely right about that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely kudos Cori Bush for, winning her post in Missouri legislature. Well, it's not Missouri legislature. It's the House of
the
U.S. legislature. Yeah.
And piggybacking on what Joe said, like my other kids are boys. I got my one daughter, and she's in college now, and we talk about this and her seeing these black and brown women making moves, doing things that we couldn't imagine. Or they couldn't imagine growing up, and seeing this movement, seeing that power, AOC, even with Ruth who just passed here recently, seeing what she did as far as the movement for women in general. It does mean a lot, though, but it means a lot more when you see people who look like you making these moves and let you know that, yeah, I'm a black man, I'm a black daddy, and I let my kids know they can do whatever they want. But when they actually see black women, women of color, making these moves and doing things, it means a great deal. So I mean, it speaks volumes. Me and my daughter talked about this over the past week, and how she's just trying to get into med school, be a pediatrician, and serve underserved communities, so that way other children can see a black woman in a position of power as far as an MD, and they know also that they can do it too. So we got each one teach one, and we just keep moving.
As always, representation matters. I mean, I had that same feeling when Justice Sotomayor was sworn into the Supreme Court. I mean, I cried. I teared because a Latino woman being sworn into the Supreme Court. I'm a young Latino lawyer, and to think, when she was sworn in, we'd gotten that far. That somebody who looks like me, somebody who looks like my daughter. That my daughter has a path, and I can point to Justice Sotomayor and say, look, here she is, and by Justice Sotomayor and Justice Kagan might end up out on an island here soon if things don't go well. But I had that same feeling. To see a Latina woman get sworn into the Supreme Court was very emotional at that time for me.
Beautiful. And
Yeah, it is.
And you think about like 20 years ago when we, growing up and going to college and high school, and it was like, oh, you can be a football player, you can be a basketball player, blah blah blah, this and that. But it's like, no, I can be so much more. I can be MD, I can be a lawyer like we got on here. I can be, if I want to be a teacher to teach the youth how to be all the things they want to be like we got on here. All these things. I can be a nurse. I can be a technologist that works in the medical field that specializes in whatever. I ain't got to just dribble a basketball and catch a football. And that's what it's all about, man. It's a very fucking beautiful thing. Very beautiful thing.
And also another thing, like Joe was alluding to, like Cori Bush, she defeated, this, I think it was William Lacey Clay, I'm looking up, like royalty, basically, with all the connection stuff. So for someone, you got to try harder and to reach out and get those people to come out and vote for you. You just got to do it so much harder when you don't have the name recognition, the money, and all that. Exactly, which is awesome that it shows the path. Yes, odds can be against you, but through the grassroots, you could still come through.
Lovely.
Yeah.
There's
I know my
haven't.
I know my connection dropped out, and I was trying to make a point. I don't know if it came through, but did everybody recognize she got the Black Lives Matter flag in the background, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, she got her. You talk about the grassroots in the organization. She got started in Ferguson with Mike Brown. You know what I'm saying? So she was out there pounding the pavement, talking about hands up, don't shoot, and Black Lives Matter, and realized that her officials were not doing the job. And so she tried once or twice before getting this position. People say, you know what, it's time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the second time she actually ran.
Yeah.
She ran in 2018, and Lacey beat her.
Was it 18 or 16? Because I heard.
I think it was 16.
No, it was 18.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I'm not sure it's not 16 and 18. I don't know. I'm just saying.
So what you're saying is she became a threat. And then finally won him over in the.
Well, she put herself in position to seize her moment. I mean, exactly. the primary took place in the summer of 2020, and we know what's going on in terms of unrest in 2020. I'm sure she put herself in a position where she became, people were looking for answers, and they looked to her.
Yeah, I mean, there were protests in St. Louis, so that definitely helped her out as far as getting word out that she's running for election. And Lacey Clay probably wasn't doing anything as much as the people wanted. And that was just the opportunity for her to
2016 was the U.S. Senate.
Oh, that's right. She went up against Kander.
Yeah, so 2016 was the Senate and 2018 was the House of Representatives.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's good that she was trying to get in there.
Yeah,
Every process when she got through.
Yeah, and that's the struggle though too. And I don't know if I'm gonna word this right or not, but like you see this now where people are pushing for, now that it's slowly becoming, I don't know, obvious, but slowly edging to the fact that Joe Biden's gonna be the next president, and you see Republicans and also some moderates talking about the working class. How is this woman with these black and brown people on the stage? How is that not representing the working class? So we know what people mean when they talk about working class. They're not talking about black people.
Yeah, Stark was.
It's dog was like a motherfucker, and it irritates me because I'm part of the working class, but they don't mean my black ass. They don't mean Joe's black ass. They don't mean Gator, Shahzad, motherfucking Ruben. They don't mean these people 10 meters when they talk about
Ruben's not working class.
Oh, that's right. He's I look. He said, I look out the window and I see Mexico.
Ruben about to bill us. Ruben about to bill us for looking up some shit. So
I mean no disrespect. It's all good. I mean no disrespect.
You talking about clowning on people on this show? This is my first episode, y'all.
My bad.
Hey, anybody can get it.
Hey,
anybody can get it.
And as I always say,
at a moment's notice.
As I always say, first time on should not be your last time on. That mean your family. That's what I always say.
Exactly.
It's my way of saying welcome.
And I'm Shahzad lived in New York for 13 years, so he ain't working class either.
Oh, no, he one of those liberal coastal elites they be talking about.
Yeah, he's a coastal elite. What do you do? Now he's down in Houston, oil money.
More money. He had the oil money. He's swimming in it.
He got that oil money.
Yeah, but
you guys remember that picture from like the last year, I think, or 2 years ago, at the intern class at the White House? Saw like white boys, and a couple of blonde girls versus Obama's intern class. They were showing like how much diverse it was.
Yeah.
So, like back to your point of representing me, kind of like how you see behind Cori here.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you make Republican money, but you're diverse, so you fall in the Democrat tent. Is that what it is?
I mean, but hold on, but that's
the way I would run. The way I would run if I ran for something, I'd be like, hey, I got like Democratic values and Republican economic plans.
Well, hold on, just tell them, hey, I got that West Virginia coal mine Republican money. Don't be checking my pockets. I'm voting against my best interest.
Ruben didn't tell this, but Ruben's actually on Mizzou's diversity committee.
That's tight.
Yes, yeah.
But here's the thing though, like they will see all these black and brown men here on this podcast and assume, y'all ain't making it, which is crazy to me. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like y'all ain't working class. Y'all sucking off the teat of the government.
We not
y'all
working
black
class.
and brown.
Can't be blue collar.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I was on Twitter and that just annoyed me. They were talking about how the liberals on the far left, and independents and Democrats need to start trying to pull in the working class, and I'm like, nigga, we are working class. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
Anyway, hey, but bravo.
So,
go ahead.
Stuff. Well, I was shocked that I think Trump got 47% of the Cuban votes in.
Ooh, Florida.
I was just shocked by that.
Yeah.
I'm not so much.
I'm not surprised at all either.
And because
of socialism.
Yeah, and it goes all the way back to the election back in I want to say 2000 or 2004 when George Bush was running for president.
2000.
I mean, probably but for me it goes back to 2000 where he was heavily favored by the Cuban Americans in Florida. That's what probably pushed him over in Florida, basically.
That was.
My thing is, the same way they talk about other minorities being attached to the Democratic Party, Cubans in South Florida are attached to the Republican Party.
Indeed.
Right.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. That's probably, and that's the main reason why Trump took Florida this time around. It's because
a few keywords, and it was with him.
Yeah, that's when that socialism, communism talk really hits home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That was
a real effect.
That was a bomb that went off in Miami-Dade County with the Cuban Americans there, and the Biden campaign never saw it coming, and it hurt them there in Florida. And then down here, right here along the border in the Rio Grande Valley and out towards the coast in Corpus Christi in Weston County, he got a lot of Mexican American, Latino support down here too, which we never saw coming either, and just kind of blew up in their face. So, as ashamed as I am to say it, the Latinos in Florida and Latinos in Texas hurt Biden's chances and supported Trump because we just never thought that would happen, especially down here in the Rio Grande Valley and the Texas coast. But I don't know if Biden didn't pay enough attention or what. But
yeah, shout out to my guy, my fraternity brother Marvin. He is the host of a show called the Man Listen podcast. And on Facebook, he was talking about, and he lives in Dallas or the Dallas area, and he brought up the question on Facebook asking, is the myth of the Black and Brown Alliance finally dead? Is there a Black and Brown Alliance?
It depends on what you say.
Yeah, that too. Where you stay, what we talking about, we're invested in. Cause I can see, especially with the Cubans, with Cuban Americans, when you start talking about like socialism and shit like that, that's a shock to the system as far as like where they came from, as far as like getting here and what they had to live through, and what's been fed through, as far as like their heritage. You know what I'm saying? So. It can be a little dicey, but it's not. When you
brought up the idea, when they brought up the idea of the rhetoric about communism,
right,
and that being a real shock to the system for Cuban Americans, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Right, yeah,
right. Because I remember the scene from Scarface.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
For a green car.
Yeah.
I started some communist real. So I do it for fun. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It might be to a lesser extent, but we can't like act like it's not Negroes out here voting for Republicans too, voting against their lesser.
Right. And so we do have that, but but I put it this way, we'll shut their ass down too, though.
Oh, we will. Oh, we will. But
I know. Down here in South Texas, we've been focusing a lot on these fools that voted for Trump on the stimmies, on the stimulus checks.
Right.
And there's a lot of folk down here making fun of each other for, God damn, man, you fell for those stimulus checks just because they were signed by Trump.
And a lot of that came from the House, though. A lot of that came from a Democratic House that pushed a lot of that through to make sure motherfuckers getting a little check in their
Exactly.
He made sure he signed it.
But for a lot of these people, guess whose name was on the
Oh, no, yeah. I get it.
Trump bucks.
I get it, but we talk about on the show, and that's the problem too, though. Like, we all here are educated people, and sometimes we have friends and family that we love dearly, and they're not doing the work to educate themselves, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
So back to the Latino vote and all that. Yes, it cost Biden.
Yeah.
But that's the same vote that's carrying him in Arizona.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's carrying him in Arizona.
That's
carrying him in New York.
Chicago. Yeah. So it's just like broken up. Like certain regions, it's not carrying. It's hurting him. Certain regions, it's actually helping him.
Right.
So is that about the ground game then?
I think so. I mean, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think they just didn't put in the effort where maybe they took it for. I know here in the Rio Grande Valley, I think they took it for granted. That's always been blue. We're going to be fine, and then they never saw it coming.
Right. So hold on. So you said the Latino vote in Arizona is helping Biden, correct? Did you say that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they talked about that too, though, like where.
And that's a Republican state.
Right.
Yeah,
but there's
Arizona is.
But then we broke it down too, as far as like Cubans versus Mexicans versus whatever. If you get into that whole demographic. So that definitely makes a difference as far as like their story and how they view domestic and foreign policy as far as the U.S. is concerned. So that's definitely going to make a big difference. You got a president that's been building.
Yeah, and I think the region also.
Yeah, the region also. Yeah.
I think
and the other thing is religion. A lot of these
religion. Yeah.
Cuban Americans. You're looking at a lot of evangelicals, Mexican Americans. You're looking at a lot of Catholics.
Right.
And the American bishops didn't do Joe Biden's any favors, which I'm disappointed in. Right, as a Catholic, but
Joe Biden is only our second Catholic president, right?
He is, but the American church has been radicalized a little bit, and you look at what some of these bishops speaking out against Joe Biden, even though he's a Catholic, but because he's Democrat, you got that pro-life thing on him, that target on his back.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. I'm telling you, because I'm down here on the ground.
Oh no,
a lot of that hurt down here.
We believe you.
Yeah, I can never understand how a religious person, whatever religion you are, would favor Trump with his shenanigans and all that, versus
it's the judges.
Anyone.
He's appointed 200 federal judges.
Yeah.
But you got to check your morals at some point. Like, how was it Alabama? They were going to go after that child molester, try to prop him up to be the senator because they need
Jones.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a wild boy. He's a wild boy.
You got to have some morals here. With that mindset, who are you trying to vote for?
But then we talk about it's a country. It's a party of a country. That's what ends up happening. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
We'll sort it out. We just make it red, and we'll figure it out after that.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
And he's been an instrument for those folks as much as anything else, right? They can look past his personal stuff. All they care about is he's gotten 200 judges on the federal bench in 4 years, and that's going to clog up the system for anyone, right?
Him and Bitch McConnell has fucked us for years.
And the reason they have that many judges is because they were blocking out Obama's appointees.
That's why.
Right. Exactly.
It was basically cleaning house from the Obama administration.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's why.
Well, they didn't allow him to elect them. They didn't allow him to appoint.
No, that's why.
They were all stopped up.
Yeah, that's why I said
they didn't let anybody in during the Obama years, and then this is the stuff that happens every day that people don't realize, but. Especially these federal judgeships, they're lifetime appointments.
Indeed.
I mean, we're talking about policy that's going to be going in front of these judges for the next 20, 30 years. So forget about it. Fuck us. I mean, our kids and our grandkids.
Generations.
Right? Yeah, it's generations.
And I know the history books are going to focus on Trump, but motherfucking Mitch McConnell is the nigga that they need to write motherfucking stacks of books on, because this motherfucker has fucked us in so many ways. He gonna go off with his false fucking wooden teeth and just be smiling and happy.
He had the power to rein Trump in. And he chose to unleash him.
He chose to unleash him. He fucking had the power to tell Obama, fuck you, we ain't pushing none of that shit, we gonna sit on all that shit. And once they got their man in office, it was like Game of Thrones, Dracarys. And they just fucking lit this motherfucker on fire, bro. That's what they did.
They basically let Trump have carte blanche of, how to run the White House.
I mean, if I was that evil, I would be smiling like he do all the time, like a motherfucking turtle, nigga. I would just be smiling because I know
he looks like a freaking turtle.
He do that. He is because he ain't got no chin.
No chin.
Got no chin.
And not a ninja turtle.
And not a ninja turtle. I'm talking about not a snapper turtle. That's a box turtle, bitch ass motherfucker, bro. Just
what's that? Cecil turtle from back in the Looney Town days.
Oh yeah. No. Y'all said Cecil. That motherfucker.
Like
I don't know.
Turtle.
I don't know. I'm showing my age. I don't know Saturday Night Live. If y'all remember Tippy Turtle. Hey, Tippy Turtle. Tippy Turtle. That motherfucker was always getting the accidents and shit. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, he's the one that, like, when the history books, when the history books get written, that motherfucker needs to be, he needs some pages because he orchestrated this shit. I mean, fuck him. But anyway, whatever. We right now we're supposed to be on good shit.
Trying.
And the women that old fat niggas hate the most, all four of the women of the squad win re-election. You talk about AOC, Rashida, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Presley, all re-elected for a second term to the House of Representatives.
I see you skipped over to lead.
I said Talib. I said Rashida. Oh, you mean the name? Yeah. You know.
Roger love them names, boy, don't
he? Dog. Hey, dog. I know I made a joke about deadbeat daddies, but when it comes to names, I am a deadbeat daddy, dog. I don't know them niggas.
He like that's Rashida. She don't need no last name, huh? Her name speaks for herself.
My new homie Shahzad does not know how hard I am focusing to say his name every time I say it, bro. It's like I'm like a nigga at an ACT test, like, what is that, 3 or 4? I don't know. Actually, I mean, that's why anyway, but yeah.
That even started sweating.
Wow. Hey, man, but shout out to these beautiful black and brown women, and especially, I mean, the fuckery they had to deal with for the last 4 years from this fucking this fat
2 years.
My bad, 2 years.
2018.
Yeah, my bad, 2 years. From this, thank you. From this fat.
They put up with 4 years worth of shit, though.
That's probably, I ain't gonna lie though. 2020 has fucked up my time frame. 2020 has been the longest year ever. I thought I'd been COVID for 2 years, nigga. So
somebody said I saw a meme said earlier this week from the year that brought you 3 marches. you got 3 Tuesdays now because it feels like Tuesday for 3 days since that election.
It do.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Hey, dog, it's bad, but hey, man, even though it is fuckery, dog, we find good stories, man. And these women who have been on his ass every day, whether it be through social media, whether it be through when they make appearances on TV, and just getting out there, and then also buckling down, even though they may not have been the biggest fans of Joe Biden, buckling down and knowing that, hey, we got to get this orange piece of shit out the White House and do what they got to do to make sure they get out there, get people to vote, and also keep the facts straight so people vote the right way.
I fully believe that they're going to hold Joe Biden to task. I fully believe that.
They need to.
And you know that comes into play when you talk about the speakership. Now there's some challenges to Nancy Pelosi coming up,
right?
And they had the Democrats had a meeting this past week, and a lot of these Democrats that just squeaked through in Virginia and places like that are saying to the progressives and to this group, hey, our opponents are out here talking about they want to defund the police, they're socialists, and you're making it hard for us. And these 4 ladies are saying we won just fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, we won with plenty of the vote. So our constituents are good with us. Maybe you need to tailor your message wherever you're from, but it speaks to a schism that's coming within the party.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shouts out to Jamal Bowman too, a brother who's going to be joining those ladies along with Cori Bush.
That's what I was
in the House of Representatives. He's I forget what district up in New York, but congratulations to him also.
Congratulations,
as Ayanna Presley put it, the squad is big, and it's still growing. You know what I'm saying? So
and he's an educator, ain't he?
I saw a story about him. I didn't catch all that, but yeah.
Yeah, I know he's a former teacher. I believe he might have also been a principal. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know he's an educator. So, that's something that's needed also, man. Along with representatives from the healthcare field also. So.
To quote a show that AOC has been on numerous times, the Bodega Boys, the brand is strong. Keep doing that work. Keep doing that work. The brand is strong. Then we got one more good story. Then actually, we don't have good stories. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see here. I want to make sure. No, there's that mama. There's that mama. There's that shit.
No, I thought you was gonna mention New Mexico.
I did. You know what? I had
that's right.
Wrong. Yeah. I had. Okay. Yeah. Technology.
So while he looks for it, basically, New Mexico has 3 representatives.
3.
And for the first time, all 3 of those representatives will be women.
Yes.
And they are Native American women.
There you go.
I have felt the podcast.
So that is going to be something special. Now, I think one of them's a Republican. I was a little bit thrown off by that. But
we just talked about the Cubans.
As bad as the Republicans treated the natives, she's a Republican. Yeah.
Hold on, we got Jason Whitlock just went on Fox News and said Joe Biden's here to promote hate. So that's what happens. Black and brown people.
I don't know. So I don't know. I think we got it. I think we got the message across. We don't have their names in front of us.
I'll look for it, bro. Hold on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's some historic shit, man.
Yeah, it is.
And necessary. You know what I mean? So I like the trend that I'm seeing. I just wish that the Democratic Party as a whole, the upper echelons, would embrace it a little bit more, man. Embrace this progressive movement a little bit more. Instead of trying to cling on to this middle of the road bullshit.
That's gonna come from the bottom up. I think what's gonna have to happen is we gotta oust the old people, the old guard.
Yeah, out with the old, in with the new.
And then with the new, you know what I'm saying? So I think when that happens, they'll understand that there's a mandate. Right. And act accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, like I said, I'm glad. I'm happy to see it go in this direction.
So I put on my iPad because I said my Mac would be acting stupid.
I don't don't know. We can tell everybody to Google that shit.
No, I got it.
Yeah, for sure. Do your due diligence.
Do you New Mexico Native American women in Congress?
We already
know
how I get down. Wow, Representative Deb Helen.
Here we go.
Wow, what's what we doing? What's what we doing right now?
Great adventure.
You know the truth there.
They showed me the picture, but they ain't tell me the names. You know what? Let's move on. We'll put it. We'll put it in the. We'll put it in the.
We got some
show notes.
Some Navajo, Sioux, or something. I don't know.
Deb Holland.
What?
XOCHIP.
Deb Holland.
Deb Holland. There we go.
Small. Damn.
Ben Ray.
Wikipedia
Ben
has.
Ray Lujan.
Yeah, Ray Lujan is about to be the senator.
Okay.
Right, one left and took the because yes, they had the male who got the seat in the Senate.
Yeah.
He left a seat open, and so one of those women took that spot in the House. So I don't know. Like I said, I think it's 2 Democrats and a Republican. You know.
Oh shit.
That is what that is. But I mean, it's good to see women. It's good to see Native American women.
Hey Joe.
Having representation in a government that has definitely been unkind to Native Americans.
I think it's good to see everything.
Hey, y'all. Joe, hold on.
Old white male.
10. Hold on. Breaking news. Trump just about to do the speech.
Mark Meadows.
I'm not leaving.
Hold up.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. This is my home. They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here. They're gonna need to send in the National Guard, a fucking SWAT team, because I ain't going nowhere.
Oh damn! The president on one today. My bad, y'all. I had that breaking news coming down. I like the one where they got fuck that bitch. Actually, if y'all listen, that was
not fucking leaving.
That's not the president. That was Wolf of Wall Street. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what's wrong with you. You should watch that.
Go see that fucking movie. Oh shit.
Oh man, let's keep it moving. This is probably what my mom would do to me if I had voted third party today. Let's make it
I told you to do Biden. Now we done lost a damn vote. We done lost a vote. Let's don't go to Trump. God damn. Ain't nobody worshiping them. But God damn it, Chris, we need somebody in there with fucking sense.
They gotta be grandma on the phone, nigga.
That's not.
He did what? He didn't vote for Biden at all.
You gotta vote for Biden, baby. You gotta vote for... Hold on, let's keep it going.
I'm here voting third party, wasting damn votes. That's a vote for Trump.
Why would you do that? You know what I said do when you go in there.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause again. You know his sister snitched on this nigga. His sister snitched on this nigga.
And recorded.
Oh shit.
She said, "Mama, you know Jamal voted for third party, right?" And she pushed play, nigga.
You go.
That's what I did.
No, you did. You voted in it. This shit funny. I told you. I said go Democrat Biden. Now there's a fucking vote that we done lost that can go to Trump.
This is why I don't do politics. I will never do this.
He said he ain't gonna vote again.
All right, we good.
He's gonna end up being one of those people that says, you know what, I don't want to vote this year. I don't like
his mama just gave birth to the next Candace Owens, nigga.
Right. The next Candace Owens.
That brought back flashbacks, man. I was one of those motherfuckers that voted for Ralph Nader in 2000, man. And I see the error of my ways, man. I was tripping.
He was young. His mama gave him the "don't touch nothing in the store" speech, but made it for those niggas. Don't vote for nothing but Biden. Don't look at nothing. Biden. That's it.
Don't you look for nothing.
Gave you niggas power, you don't even know how to use it.
Don't touch shit. Don't touch shit. Don't look at shit. Don't buy shit. Biden. That's it. Oh man.
Well, I mean, I put it this way. I mean, we see how families are, especially in the black community, are encouraging their people to vote, and that's definitely beautiful. We got to indoctrinate them to vote a certain way, apparently. But we know, and we've talked about this, has been well rehearsed. We know that African Americans have voted in excess of 90% Democrat over the years,
right?
And it came through. You know what I'm saying? So we talk about the good things. We heard John Legend with Georgia on his mind.
Georgia.
He sounds like a dude singing, trying to get away from his girl.
Yeah, so I mean, we witnessed some pretty magical today to see. The vote were so far behind in Georgia and in Pennsylvania, and earlier in the week in Michigan. And so we witnessed, the tally keep on coming in with these mail-in votes and these absentee votes, and eventually about 4:00 in the morning, we saw Georgia overcome, and basically put themselves in position to be the first time that Georgia goes blue in since 1992.
Yeah.
And that's on the back of Stacey Abrams and the work that she was putting in on the ground.
Absolutely.
To make sure that African Americans were registered and getting out and knowing their rights and filling out provisionary ballots and knowing where their voting location is and probably busting people to the polls if they got to, So I mean,
and this is like the frustrating part, right? You have 50 states, you have a federal election. Why do you have to have 50 different rules? Each state has their own rules just to, make it harder for certain people or whatever it is.
That's because we have a constitution, and the constitution left that to the states.
That's that 10th Amendment right there.
That is 10th Amendment.
Electoral college. Get rid of it.
At least have some consistency in there.
Well, I mean, it's consistent that we're going to leave that up to the states.
Dumb ass.
There's the consistency, sir.
That is what it is. Yeah.
Like I have a friend who has not a friend, a coworker whose wife is from a different country, and he was discussing politics here, and she was talking about, well, how did Hillary have all the popular votes, but Donald Trump is the president? And it's like trying to explain the dumbass electoral college from people who are not from this country is sometimes can be a wonderful thing.
That's hard, man. I mean, that's hard to explain to my relatives.
Yeah,
also,
exactly.
It's hard to explain to myself.
My tios and tias, like, wait a minute, but more people voted for him. Why is the other guy president? Well, we've got this thing called the Electoral College, and that just doesn't translate.
It's such an archaic institution. Like, why the fuck are we still using it? It's crazy.
Yeah. And people will tell you is not me, but people will tell you, the founders were afraid of, the minority being not in the sense we think of minorities now, but the minority being without a voice. And so, I mean, it doesn't make sense. You even think about how the Senate's made up, right? I mean, look at the population of Wyoming and look at the population of California. Both of those states have equal representation in the Senate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, but
the
people will tell you, no, that's how the founders wanted it because they wanted to make sure that there was some balance to the deal. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense anymore,
Well, no.
DC has no representation.
The other thing you got to remember is
It's the
when
same.
they made the Constitution,
Gator.
they weren't trying to, if they counted the amount of slave population, that would give southern states or slaveholding states more population and then overrepresentation, while at the same time denying enfranchisement to those people who were enslaved.
I mean, That's all good. Them niggas was bad at math to begin with. They thought a full grown black ass man was 3/5 of a human. So
Right.
them niggas was bad at math to begin with. So fuck them.
Well, I mean, I got I think 2 points on that. I think also it's a check and balance against the public. You know, the Constitution is set up with checks and balances throughout it. This is a check and balance on the public because at the time, remember, this is the 1700s, and people are fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? They wake up with the sun, they go to bed with the sun. They don't have, you know, schooling for a lot of people. Unless you were rich, you didn't go to school, and so people were dumb and they didn't know how to fucking vote. You know what I'm saying? And so they said, well, in case these dumb motherfuckers vote for the wrong person, let's have some educated people in place who are really paying attention.
White belt landowners, though, right?
But even white, as it continued to grow in terms of that, we still feel like there were people out there. There's a lot of dumb motherfuckers who vote.
I mean, yes, no doubt.
So it's supposed to be a check and balance to keep the dumb motherfuckers from electing a dumb motherfucker. So for me, the whole purpose of the Electoral College went out the window in 2016. That was the year.
That shit didn't work.
That the fucking Electoral College was supposed to step in and say, no. Right. You motherfuckers fucked up. We're gonna vote for the right one. After that, I was done with the Electoral College. Fucking cancel it. That shit is completely useless. We all have the information at our fingertips now, and we have the technology where we can count votes. We're like the only country in the world to use something stupid like this, as you guys were pointing out. Yeah. People can't even fathom that. I spend my time trying to explain this shit to high school students. That's just difficult for them, you know. And so
You said 2000.
It's time to do something else.
You said 2016.
Well, look what happened with Gore versus Bush, right? Oh, like those hanging chads and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, we don't know if this is firm. Let's throw that vote out. Make sure our guy gets elected.
I was without.
Yeah, go back 20 years, and Democrats have won the popular vote twice. Nearly every time. You know,
except for 2004. 2004.
Right, except for 2004. Yeah.
I was just like, I've been, like every other fucking election I ever been a part in, whether it be high school prom, motherfucking homecoming king, queen, nigga, you win the most votes, nigga. Don't nobody say, well, actually, the freshmen, they get so many more votes because they are the fucking trodden upon class in the high school. So actually, one of their votes counts for two. I'm like, no, nigga, you get a vote, nigga. That's what it is. So I've been
well, the Fifth Amendment, not Fifth Amendment, the Fifth Article to the Constitution allowed for fucking changes.
Yeah, but
we need to fucking change. Like they built that shit and they expected us to say, okay, this is what we have. But now, as time goes on, fucking change the thing to make it work for the times that you're living in.
Well, we know what it is, though.
Not to change the subject, but that's where the whole gun control stuff comes in too, right? Those rules were written when the gun could only shoot like 10 feet out. You didn't have to worry about like knocking out like 100 people.
Yeah,
exactly. You got to be like 10 feet away. You could dodge somebody.
You got to reload that shit. You got to put gunpowder and a fucking ball in it.
I will say, ain't nobody in DC taking no guns away from nobody no time soon. They get too much money from the motherfucking gun companies. Ain't nobody taking them guns. No. Now, they might take away the automatic shit and all that, keep that shit away from motherfuckers, but them guns gonna be them guns.
I don't know who it was. This was one of the famous black comedians. Might have been Chris Rock.
Hold on. So Amy Coney Barrett is an originalist, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
You think she might construe the Second Amendment to mean what the fuck it meant when that shit was written?
Yeah.
No.
And so you can keep fucking arms, but it's got to be a fucking musket. If
no.
Hey dog, niggas ain't ready.
We got proof.
I would love we had to go back to musket warfare, nigga. Nigga, fix.
You can keep a gun in your house, but it's gotta be a fucking musket.
Gator, how would some of that shit in Chicago go down if everybody was packing muskets?
Hey, dog.
There'll be no shooting situation because it's controlled fire.
Hey, when the gang leader gives the Fix Bayonets command, nigga. Oh, what? Hold on. We gotta get on the line and charge at these niggas? No.
Some of them's going to machines.
Stomping on fire to the lights in their eyes.
Hey, dog, that shit is so antiquated. They don't even teach soldiers to fix bayonet command no more in the military, bro. That's how antiquated that shit is.
But for real, to answer your question, is no, she won't, because her great follow, the person she follows is Justice Scalia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And Scalia was the one who authored the decision, which broke with a long time precedent that said that the Second Amendment right was a group right. In other words, it referred to militias the way the original, the founders meant it, and turned it into an individual right, which the court hadn't decided before. So she's got the chance to, but she won't do it because it doesn't fit with her ideology. I mean,
she's not really an originalist then. She's really.
She's not.
She's really legislating from the bench.
And this is a position that we have to take, and the Democrats have to take. Is look, activist judges don't come from us; they come from you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, activist judges come from the right more than they come from the left. I mean, they do.
But it's always been the case, though.
And that's a position that we can't be afraid to take moving forward. Activist judge is like a dirty word now, just like they've turned a lot of other things into dirty words against the left and against the Democrats.
Right.
But it's not just our judges; their judges do it just as much as anybody.
But it's the same thing as like when you ever speak to like black and brown people of color, however you want to put it, and they call that identity politics. But America's always been about identity politics, but it's always been addressing white people and their causes and how they feel about shit. That's identity politics to me.
Well, that's what I think. I don't know if it was Chappelle or someone was saying that you want changes to gun laws. Just have all the minorities, like blacks and minorities, others, register with NRA. They'll change that shit overnight.
They did in California. It did in California. The Black Panther Party showed up and they said, "Oh no, we changing all these rules today, nigga."
Yeah. Versus Washington, you could have these guys out there.
Right. Here's what Roxane Gay wrote in the New York Times about identity politics. She said, "There's no greater identity politics than that of white people trying to build a firewall around what remains of their empire as this country's demographics continue to shift." That's the identity politics.
So true. That's why we bring you on the podcast, man. He come out here with the good quotes, man. He came prepared. He got his legal briefs in order.
And I know he's gonna charge us, but anytime you want to come back and get us right on the legalities of what we're talking about, you can come back.
Yeah.
But we can't afford you. We can't afford you.
So I get so what Ruben said.
Right. Exactly.
What he said.
So while we're on it, I'm gonna go ahead and delve into the little activity that we come up. We are going to.
Hold on, Joe. I want to say we talk about.
For it? Go ahead.
No. We talk about the NRA. I will say there's a small organization that it will never be as big as the NRA, but they are gun activists as far as the black community. I can't. It's NAGA. Not nigga. So really, I'm a member of it. I'm a member. It's $25 a year to be a member. NAGA, which is the National African American Gun Association. There's a little, and I will put the link up so we can put it in the show notes. But I'm a member of that. It's funny, I know, but they are known, and they I don't know how they'll never get that big as the NRA. But if you want to continue to push upon black and brown people having gun rights. They give classes. They give out as far as like legal advice, as far as like what you do for your states. Yeah. There we go. Anyway, sorry, because I wanted to keep it as far as what we were talking about. Go ahead, Joe.
Break bread with your brothers whenever possible.